Morning, VC. Dave here. So in the background, if you hear the bass booming, that's ignorant neighbor action going on. The usual. So I will be breaking out nails out of the 7-inch section soon enough and cranking it into oblivion. All right, mail call. Arrivals. First up, Ginger Baker Stradivarius on the Acco label. This is original from '72. Got some artwork from the great drummer Ginger Baker on the back, which is kind of weird. And this is a weird record. The first side is with Fela Kuti, and it's killer Afrobeat. Yeah, just fantastic. Bobby Gass on bass. Second side, a couple of guitar jammers that open it up. Fela's on piano on the second cut on the B side. The third track is this like marching drum thing from Ginger Baker, and then it ends with Drugs. Just I don't know what that song is, but they did all of the Drugs. Weird B side. Doesn't really fit to me. I don't know, but a cool record because of the A side. All right. Bought a jazz collection or a part of one a little bit over a year ago, I think, and it's been coming in one package at a time. This is how I worked it out. So a bunch of these are from that. This will be the last installment of it. So we've got Bobby Bradford Loves Dream on the Eminem label from '75. Great trumpet player, I think from Mississippi, and he ended up out in LA in that scene with the Nimbus West scene with Horace Tapscott at some point, which I need to check out. But yeah, lineup: Trevor Watts, Kent Carter, John Stevens. Mr. Watts on alto and soprano, Kent Carter on the double bass, John Stevens on drums, and he also plays cornet on a track as well. Underrated player, Bobby Bradford. Cool record. Another record for the ECM collection, Leo Smith, Divine Love. This is a '79 US copy. Interesting about this, Peter Brotzman designed the front cover, which is a very cool one. Leo Smith's a fantastic multi-instrumentalist, trumpet, flugelhorn, plays some gong, percussion on this. Charlie Hayden on bass. Lester Bowie and Kenny Wheeler here are also on trumpet on a track. This is a hell of a great ECM. Happy to find that. And then a bunch of twofers, Blue Notes. Any of these are great. Lost Sessions, basically. These were put out in the '70s. Lester Young, the Aladdin Sessions. So some great stuff from the '40s, ranging from 45 to 48. No one swings as hard as Lester Young, and like Teddy said, all jazz roads lead back to Lester Young, and man, there's a lot of music on this, a lot of stuff. What a tone, plays with a ton of different players. I mean, Roy Haynes is on part of this on drums, Chico Hamilton is on drums on part of it. A lot of great musicians, you know, Curtis Counts on bass on part of it. Great stuff. Beautiful. And then one that's a big one in the twofer catalog, Hypnosis from Jackie McLean. And I definitely wanted this because Gretchen Moncour is on part of this on discs 3 and 4. And on trombone, Billy Higgins is on drums on both parts of this. But yeah, from '62 is sides 1 and 2. And then '67 is on the sides 3 and 4. Fantastic. And then the last of the twofers, Andrew Hill, One for One. Benny Maupin is here. Joe Henderson, Freddie Hubbard with the great Andrew Hill on piano. This is really, really good. And one that you don't see as often. Any Andrew Hill, his stuff's hard to find around here, so this was a good one to get. And then this, I had found the first half of this, 4 or 5 years ago, and been hoping to find a copy of Volume 2 forever, and finally, J.J. Johnson, yeah, right here, the eminent J.J. Johnson, Volume 2. Clifford Brown is on trumpet here, and was the major reason I wanted this. I mean, J.J. is fantastic, don't get me wrong, but I collect Clifford Brown, so this is a big piece, missing piece of that collection. I think this is probably a 70s, some kind of 70s stereo copy. This is an interesting record. Dave Holland and Sam Rivers on Improvising Artists. Just a duo record. So you have Dave Holland on bass and Sam Rivers on soprano on the first side, and then he turns over and plays tenor on the second side. This is put out in '76, so a very interesting duo record. Next, they had Dead Stock at Dusty Groove, $13.99, and original Nimbus West. Roberto Miguel Miranda, the Creator's Musician, one of the finest solo bass albums ever put out. This is absolutely fantastic. Of course, he played with Horace Tapscott in that scene that I spoke about as well. Jump on this if they have more copies left. You will not be disappointed. God, this is absolutely wonderful record. Thank you, Sherv. I believe it was Sherv that pointed me out that was going on Dusty Groove. He's got his pulse there with Dusty Groove. Can't remember the name of this one, but it's Burial with Fortet and Tom York from Radiohead, and it's just this plain black 45 RPM 12-inch. Two amazing, hauntingly good tracks. I believe Fortet's sampling some Massive Attack here for sure. It's I think it's Her Revolution, His Rope is the name of this. I could be wrong, I can't remember, it's just so plain. But I've spun this twice. God, this is amazing stuff. I wish it came with a download. This is definitely something I'd like to have also on CD. But very, very cool stuff. Yeah, you definitely get elements from all three musicians. You know, you have Tom York's haunting vocals, you've got the beats laid down by Fortet, and then you got the weirdness from Burial mixed in. That's a really great electronic limited edition too. Scott's got some in at Lunchbox, and they got gone on the day he got them, and I missed out, so tracking one down was kind of a bastard for a decent price, because you know the flippers on that are losing their minds. Next, I will show a CD. Rashid Ali and Louis Bellagenis, Rings of Saturn. This is on Knitting Factory Records from '98. So I've been getting into this whole late '90s, early 2000s jazz CD thing. Free jazz, great duo. Very, very cool. This is going in the car, and 74 and change amount of music on this. That's one good thing about CDs, man. 74 and change. This is absolutely fantastic. This is something that Alex at Motor 247 had shown years ago, and went on my want list back then, and finally picked it up. And of course, Rashid Ali, who played with John Coltrane, and Louis I was unfamiliar with, but his playing on that is absolutely fantastic. It's beautiful, killer playing. Next is a record that I attained a box of from the band and have dispersed out worldwide. Yeah, man, all the free jazz heads in the world are that I know are going to be getting this record. So, well, not all, but a good chunk of you guys and gals. And that's Ghost Trees, Universal Topics. This is the long-awaited record from my friends Brent and Seth here in Charlotte, free jazz duo. and this is self-released. They recorded this at Van Gelder Studios with Maureen Sickler, who's carried on the studio after Rudy passed. And Seth was pretty taken back by the piano in there, almost soiled his drawers. I tell you what, this is an unbelievable record. Was well worth the wait, and just unbelievable playing. The way that Brent takes you out of side one is mind-blowingly good. Some of their best playing that I've heard, and I've known these guys for years, and they play all over town. They gig, and then this pandemic's been difficult for them. I mean, luckily they were able to work on getting this put out slowly during this time, and only 250 copies. And this is dedicated to Bob Feldman. This is fantastic free jazz duo group from right here in Charlotte. Next, I got turned onto a channel, Dom up in Ithaca, in my old stomping grounds, in upstate New York, and his channel, I believe, is Seeking a Thread, and he did a couple of videos on the 99 Records label out of New York City from, I think they were around in the early 80s, and I was unaware of that label, so that was a hell of an education for me, being from New York. The whole Sonic Youth connection, all of that, and then the connection, the odd connection, you know, with the early punk, avant stuff to reggae and dub. Very fucking cool. And he showed this record, and I had to find a copy. Singers and Players, War of Words. Check this out on YouTube. It's fucking killer dub, reggae. 99 is original. I found this in DC. I think white 99 Records label. The record is clean. Oh goddamn. Yes, very cool. 99. Came in a nice sleeve. I don't know if there was I think if there was one of those inserts that he showed it, this one's missing the insert, but I'm not worried about that. This is an absolutely dope record. You've got a dude named Crucial Tony on guitar. You can't go wrong. It's Crucial Tony. Holy shit. Dope stuff. Alright, next was one that was a record that I got from Permanent Records. Well, let's just say this. I was the first to put dibs on their Instagram for this record, an original. And it was one of those deals where if you shopped on Permanent on Instagram, you know that sometimes Instagram puts the kibosh on them, and then they have to flip over to their Roadhouse site to keep listing stuff. Well, it happened right in the middle of my dibs on this record. And so they didn't see my dibs. They ended up seeing the second person's dibs, and that person got the record instead of me, which was total horse shit. But the internet's not perfect at all. It's less than perfect. So months went by, and I was like, well, goddamn, I gotta find this record. And so I found one on Discogs for a steal, and ordered it and paid for it, and the name pops up, Mark Rapp, in Canada. He's in Vancouver, and he is one of the premier jazz collectors in the world. He's in the Ken McAuliffe's Facebook group, Jazz Vinyl Lovers. He's in our group, Vinyl Champions. And and he's my friend on Facebook, and I sent him a message. I said, hey man, what are the chances I happen to order this record from you? And he's like, oh hell yeah. And he shipped it to me from Canada. I got it in like just a few days, like airmail, freaking killer. So I'm happy to finally have this record, and it's Gila, Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee on Warner Brothers, a German copy, not a first pressing, but an early pressing, 1973, and in pretty damn good shape. Very, very stoked to have this. Amazing stuff. Singing, guitar, krautrock, glory, just a glorious record. Florian Frick on mellotron and grand piano. He is a genius. This is some 12-string guitar in here. It just sounds amazing. Yeah, this is some all-time shit right here, and I love this cover. Finally have this record, and it was just random that it came from Mark. And last but not least, this record was first thing I got with the stimulus. So I mean, I immediately wanted to stimulate the economy, so I sent money to Japan, of course, just to make sure Republicans are pissed off about that. Billy Harper Quintet, Love on the Sudan, with the obi, the insert, the whole nine. And I've been wanting this record forever. Sound like Dylan. There's your insert. A lot of words in Japanese that I don't understand. This is, in the original bag, everything. The Denon Jazz label. One of the last Billy Harper records that I needed for the collection. I'm still looking for the In Europe record and the one that was only released in Poland, and I think I'll have all the Billy Harper. There's a live boot out now. I don't really count that, but this beautiful playing from Billy, one of my favorite horn players of all time, who's still with us. Still plays randomly every now and again. Yeah, in the New York area. Billy Harper Quintet, Love on the Sudan. What a thing of beauty this record is. That's everything. See if I can't get a few Blue Note projects done and ready. I hope everybody's well out there. Peace.